and welcome back to the Average Joe podcast. Of course, I'm your host here, Joe, and today we are talking seriously single. So I'm 27. I've just never been in a relationship. Like, I promise you, like none of the like elementary, middle school, high school, college, post-college, like it just like never happened for me. And I was like kind of just trying to figure out like what's going on. And like I can admit that, you guys, like it's a lot of my fault. Like, don't let me sit here and try to like deny that. And I'm kind of wondering, like, am I average? Like, I know my name is That Average Joe, but like, like, am I just like, just average? Like, am I average looking, just average personality, just like kind of overall average, like just so nothing really stands out? Then I also wonder, Kevin and Sammy said this, like the scale. So I'm like, where do I kind of fall on this scale? And I'm like, you know what? I think I'm like an adjustable 6. So that's why I've been like trying to adjust, and work on a lot of things. And I know that's also, another reason why, like, I could say that I've been single. It's like, I don't think I was ready to be in a relationship. And, other people can obviously sense that, like, guys like really do understand and know women, much better than we understand and know men, and like, or take our time to actually sit around and get to know and understand them, how they move, operate, what they're looking for. So I've just like, more recently been, focused on these things, like even, making sure that like I'm, in shape and, looking my best, dressing my best, acting my best, like, making sure I'm just overall like a better candidate out there. And it has been working out. I can say that, like, I have seen, the efforts of being more feminine, but then I kind of just wonder, like, is it better to have loved and lost than to have just never loved at all? Because, like, I feel so inexperienced. I, feel so lost out here. And I feel like there is a disconnect, because women, do know how to, like, have, maybe live with the guy, or even just been in, 2-3 months of like consistently dating or consistently talking to someone. And I'm like, okay, like, what's up with me? Why do I kind of only find myself like in the honeymoon phase, and where it's all like glitters and glams and fun? How do I take it to be that next step where, because, in relationships, they always tell you, like, it's not all, glitters and glamour. It's like there is like, things you do work through. There's like traumatic events, there's broke days, there's rich days, there's like, growth, there's like, especially people who find like college love and stuff, like there's like, struggle tests, and, there's just the trials and tribulations that go on in relationships. And I'm like, okay, when will I get to be that? Cause like I'm getting, of course, not getting any younger or anything. And I'm only, approaching 30, is like knocking on my door in a few years. And I'm just like, ooh, I'd hate, cause it is a red flag in a, when you start dating someone, they're like, oh, when was your past relationship? And you're like, I was kicking it. I was in a situationship. Like, there's no definitive answer. You look unstable. I look like the problem. Cause like, again, I'm here to admit that, I am the problem. And, like, how much of a fault is it to me? Or, was I not in the right places? Or was I not putting myself around? Again, were my single friends keeping me single? Did I already find Mr. Right and I overlooked him? And then, I'm, or don't know who the right kind of guy, like maybe I am chasing the wrong kinds of guys, because like that could be a fault in me. Maybe I'm chasing, these baller shot callers, or the overly serious kind of guy, or maybe the fun loving, like, do I even know what my type is? Like, I don't know, you guys, I have so many flipping questions, and it just like it all boils down to like it being my fault. And it's just like kind of like a little lonely, you guys. Like, let me be honest. Like, it is a little lonely when you don't have somebody to like go back to, or like call, or something happens, and the only people you can run to are your family and your friends, which I know are great. They're always there. But there is like somebody who you have like a deeper connection with, that like I feel like I'm missing. And I'm like, what is it like, and also too, are there any other out there, like ladies who are seriously single, like, have, been single for, maybe 5, 6, 7+ years, or, have been in relationships, but kind of still been really single because, they haven't been fulfilled in those relationships. Like, I know I'm not the only one out there. Like, there's a couple of us out here, and, it takes, I also say like, it's how you grew up and everything. Cause like, I feel like I'm finally letting go of the shackles of like, my parents' mentalities and the things that they bestowed upon me, and like my family's beliefs, and, how they've operated, and shunned away men or shunned away relationships. Like I kind of like harbored those things. And, I come from like a family of a lot of single women. And I'm like, oh God, I don't want to perpetuate that. And I also too don't want to accept that that's like my reality. I want to be very proactive. Seeming like, maybe I'm not putting myself in the right position. Maybe I'm not taking things seriously enough. Maybe I wasn't taking myself seriously enough. And again, men are like, they read you like this. Like, I've taken so much time in perfecting the art of, all other things, aspects about me, being funny, being cool, being friendly, personable, and, educated, all those kinds of things. Like, I have work toward those things, but like actually understanding men, what they want, what they're looking for, I didn't. Like, I just like, it's not just looks. It's like, something deeper, there, like, Kevin Samuels always talks about like fit, feminine, and friendly. Because like I got the friendly part, but before, I wasn't feminine and I wasn't really fit. So it's like, okay, if these are what guys are looking for, then I only have 1 out of 3. Of course they're gonna overlook me. Of course I'm not gonna be the one that they take seriously. Of course you're gonna be the one that they just kick it on the side, or maybe you're the other woman, which is another one of my episodes you guys should check out. But like, that's how you do find yourself in, those positions, and you're never, first choice. You're always, second, third, tertiary, like you're just like in the background somewhere. And, I wonder why, like, high value men just keep overlooking me. Cause like, if I say that's what I want, I need to make sure I'm proactive. But like, I'm just wondering like why I'm just so seriously single, and people be like, oh, you're beautiful. I'm like, but like, it took a lot of work to like get to be like this. Like even a year ago, I definitely didn't look like this. And, a year from now, I hope to not look like this anymore. Like, I hope to, like, keep, growing and getting more feminine. Because, like, I'm really learning, like, so much about femininity. Shout out to a lot of the other channels, like, Chloe, who's, like, been, just watching a lot of her videos on YouTube. I'll, like, tag her. But I know that it's played a role, and I know that it's been my fault a lot why I've been so seriously single these 27 years. And, I have nobody to blame for my inexperience. I'm just like, at least now I'm saying like I'm being very proactive. I'm putting myself out there. I've just now like got back on a dating app. I'll be having time. I'll be scrolling through so many other social medias that I'll just forget to scroll through, the dating app. But like, we'll see how that, because like I do need to be proactive, putting myself out there, going back on dates, and experience, getting the flow of that, and perfecting your art of the first date, because like it is like a fake it till you kind of make it kind of thing, doing the not talking so much. I be talking, y'all, like I just yip, 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 all over the place. And it's like, shut up, sit back, listen, especially if you're looking for that confident, intelligent, and assertive guy. You can't be so aggressive and assertive and talking all over the place, or be that like overly in the face girl. Like they want, a nice, calm, cool, and collected, like, like even realizing like the whole Lori Harvey and like how she moves and operates, and like seemingly trying to like a little bit of emulate that, because it's like look at the kind of caliber or class of men that she deals with. Look at like how they treat, respect, and put her, like they didn't put her in second, third base. Like no, she was in first or whatever, childish like that kind of is. But you don't want to be second fiddle to somebody, so you need to make sure that they take you seriously. And I know that I wasn't even taking myself seriously like half the time, so I couldn't expect men to come in and take me seriously. And if I'd maybe missed out on opportunity, I don't know. I guess I will never know. But I could say I'm not missing out on any more opportunities going forward, that like let me see anything else I want to bring up. And like, how do y'all even do it? Like even jumping from relationship to relationship, how do y'all curate and build a home? Like it's all just like such a foreign thought to me. Honestly, I can't wait to go back, in a few, however long it takes me to go back on this video and be like, oh my God, she was so lost and everything. But now she's found, or now she's kind of like found some of the answers to some of the questions. Like, I'm not saying like I'm going to find Prince Charming and the first guy, like I get into a relationship, but even just kind of finding some of the answers to like my uncertainties out here, or all of my curiosities, because like, man, it gets like lonely, man. You go out and you're just like that single friend, you know, you can't plan or go on couples things because you're that single friend. There's no, you know, couples dinners, there's no vacations, like everything's like planned around your girlfriends. And sometimes like they get met, you know, when they get a man, like deuces to you, and then you're back lonely again, waiting for like, you know, I don't like saying over here praying on people's downfall to become, get back single so that you can come be friends with me. Like, no, it's never that. But, you know, I can't wait to look back on this video and like laugh, you guys. So let's make sure I don't leave out anything on my list. But it's been a long single journey. And, you know, I'm hoping I can like take myself from like, you know, this adjustable 6 to like, you know, a stone cold 8. So like, you know, stay tuned for that. And, you know, I'm hoping that I can, you know, I'm going to definitely do a lot of more dating tips and dating advice, because I'm like finding more advice and taking my own advice, just trying to get some more answers, because like I just want answers, you guys. And if you're single ladies or you've been single for a long time, please comment below and tell me like what's up, like how's it been, you know, are you like having bad luck out here, you know, what, you know, we need to sit down and figure out like what kind of guy I'm looking for and what kind of guy is even looking for me, so that, you know, I can just eliminate like them off rip, like, okay, this isn't gonna work out because I know like I'm not the type of girl you're looking for. So let me not even waste your time. Let's not waste my time. On to the next one. So I need to kind of like figure that out. It's a lot of figuring out yourself, what you want, what you're looking for, you know, and making sure you're, you know, in the right position. So when he comes, like now I know if the guy comes along, like I'm so more like mentally and emotionally there that like, you know, I also know that I am a fixer-upper. I can admit that. Like, I am not a ready-made woman yet. Absolutely not. I won't even, like, sit here and lie to you about that. But, you know, guy who's, like, you know, willing to kind of be on that process to me growing more into my womanness and into my femininity and all of that. And also to a guy who will come around and compliment that and kind of push me, you know, a little bit more, push me out of my comfort zone to start doing more things. Because, like, you know, if you never had to do it, you'll kind of never do it. Like, I'm not, you know, like, I can't just sit here in my house by myself and just, like, you know, start doing things for a man. Like, that's a little weird, right? I don't know. But, you know, get that little practice in and everything. But let me know if I'm crazy. Maybe, you know, hey, girl, stay single. Your husband's going to come below you out of the, you know, park. You know, I want to know, like, it's like love too, like a fairy tale. Maybe I'm like over glamorizing it because, like, again, my inexperience and my ignorance toward it, you know. I know communication is key, but like, how do you guys do it? Like, how did you find your, you know, your man currently, or like the guys you've been dating? How did you find them? You know, were there some things that you know you did wrong? And, you know, like, what is it like being single for you? Please, you guys, let's be really interactive here. And again, thank you for tuning in for a little bit of an honesty segment about, you know, being 27 and single.